All right, I think I'm live. I'm a few minutes late because, yes, I am making coffee. Country Ball World. So I need 1 minute sort of set up. I misjudged my time. So let's see. Let's get some background music. Is my sound working? Yeah. Okay, cool. Sphinxen. It's quite late for you. You have school tomorrow. You can't stay, but you wish everybody a good day, evening, night, whatever the time is your location. See you some other time. It's very kind. Karma, Yugoslav fan, Marvel Sphere, Sunny Flower. Hello, everybody. Technical 400, A Country Chileno, welcome back. Sorry, I'm just making my coffee. I'm gonna mute myself real quick because the coffee machine's kind of loud. But it should only be like a minute or two. All right, sorry about that. I just need to get my after coffee. All right, I'm set. So today, I'm going to be drawing some stuff for Pollandball News. I recorded a script earlier today. Aaron is working on panels and audio for his section as well. So it should be like maybe like a 5 to 6 minute thing. I have to do weather panels as well. So let's see. But I need to make a couple of different like facial expressions for my Balter ego, as it were, as Dick Rhino calls them. So I've been putting it off. I only have 2 different expressions, and only from the front part of the studio. So I need to draw those, and then I'm thinking, you know, if I can bang these out pretty quickly, I can do a couple of profile pictures or draw more of the world map from memory. I'm gonna flip this horizontally. How was everybody's weekend? The logo that I drew is now your profile picture? Right on. I like it, Dinoco. Oh, Country Chileno, welcome back. It's been a couple streams since we've last seen you. Okay, so drawing the sunglasses sort of upside down is not really, I guess they're not really upside down, but it's a weird perspective because I'm having the glasses sort of transform upward, if that makes sense. Let's see, is this 3 pixel? Yeah, it looks like I did 5 pixel for the eye bridge. A little bit higher. Something like that. I think that's okay. I don't want to spend too much time on all the expressions. Dick Rhino does all the video editing. Not all the video editing, but he compiles the Pollandball News Network videos. The last 2 he's done. Weekend went great. You managed to sleep a lot? Right on. I slept a lot last night. I had a late start today. Normally I work out on Sunday morning, but I did not because I woke up at noon. So I need to work out later tonight, I guess. Back to 10. So it's gonna look weird when like the sunglasses just transform randomly and they shift around on my face. It's easier with like Aaron and Dick Rhino, since they don't have sunglasses on their Balter Ego. It looks more natural like when they change expression in the studio. So this will be strange, but I've got a couple of stock expressions. I just needed a few more. Let's do that. Okay. And then merge these. Get the right colors. Because it's kind of faded, you know? Whoa. See the lines behind the sunglasses. See, I don't like that line actually. It's not how headwear physics works. No, but Pollandball physics is pretty different from physics in the real universe. Maybe this universe isn't real. Maybe it's a simulation. We don't know. But functionally, what difference would it make if it was? You know? If you and I are Sims, what difference does it make? Let's get this gray. Hide angry. Sunglasses. Okay, now I need to do the background. Oh boy, okay, this is gonna be kind of tough. Let's hide the sunglasses for now. I'm gonna fix the blue. Yeah, okay, like that. Let's fix the red stripes. Using some line tool, because I don't care. So I need to quickly fix this. What I should have done was, when I made the original balls, not merge the sunglasses to the face. So that I could make just different kinds of sunglasses and put them behind like the helmet filter so that they look a little bit bluish. But I didn't think that far ahead, so now I have to do Band-Aid fixes. Maybe in the future I'll make more like high fidelity versions of these and then just like redo it, because I'm sure like at some point, you know, we'll change the studio as well. We've already changed it once, but I'd be surprised if we don't change it again. You know, like if we're ever able to, like if this channel ever becomes like absolutely enormous, then we would have time to and any incentive to create much better art assets. But given that it's kind of just like a hobby right now, it's kind of hard to give everything like a professional sort of polish if that makes sense. Let's do 4 pixel, I think, maybe for the stars. Am I not going to be stupid in the PNN episode? So I'm covering a couple stories. I don't want to give away... I'm not going to give away the script, but it's going to be about the space nukes that Russia is considering... Well, Russia's considering putting nukes into space. Armenia leaving the CSTO. Aaron is covering that. I'm doing something on the Indian and Polish farmer protests. And then the Yakuza plutonium smuggling. We have weather update, and then some economic news, and then an intro, outro, you know? The weather update, I think, is like the fun thing that's like... We have Poland as the weatherman, and he's like deliberately stupid, you know? So I need to save this... Russia's going to do what? Yeah, so American intelligence believes that Russia is going to put a nuclear weapon in space, and the U.S. has since briefed its allies about Russia's plan to do that. The idea on Russia's end is that it creates a deterrent against a further deterrent against the United States from acting aggressively towards Russia. Because the U.S.'s military is built so heavily around situational awareness that comes from spy satellites. So if you were to detonate a nuclear weapon in space, it creates an electromagnetic pulse that would essentially knock out nearly every satellite within whatever the range is. But it's irrespective of the country of origin. So, you know, you detonate a nuclear weapon in space, you can't just, like, make it apply to only, you know, American satellites. It's going to destroy, you know, every satellite within range. Commercial, defense, doesn't matter what country it is. You declare a second Cold War? Yeah, I mean, we're in another Cold War, primarily between the U.S. and China. Russia's not a superpower, so they don't have the same level of tension doesn't exist between the U.S. and Russia that does between the U.S. and China, or existed between the U.S. and the USSR. Alright, so I need to save this as... this is Yellow Cake Yakuza. Yellow Cake Yakuza 2. What is going on? Who in chat has the best flag? I mean, profile picture? I mean, it's hard to tell when I look at chat on my the tab that I have open for YouTube Studio or whatever. Your profile pictures are so small; it's kind of hard to tell who's. It's hard to tell like what your profile pictures are. But of the ones that I've drawn, let me pull it up. These were all relatively fun to draw. A lot of them were pretty different. I think the ones that were most fun to draw were probably Burj Khalifa Geographer, just because it was unique, and I really like how the top hat actually turned out with the shadows on it. I like doing NGA Studios because the telescope was cool to draw, but the rest of the ball was pretty simple, so it's nothing out of the ordinary. Conrad drawing the knife and like the expression around the eyes was cool. CHCH was cool doing the glasses. Goji Man Animates, I like doing that one with like all the different shades of blue. Stupidity stuff had a lot of different lighting effects and shading, which that was fun to do. And then Guest All Tell doing the visor was probably the single most cool thing that I think I've done on this portrait list, I guess. India's cutting imports of Masoor dal from Canada. Masoor is native to India. What is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, lentils? Is that a type of lentil? I just ate like a whole thing of lentils the other day. There is no Caspian Sea in the new setup. Punjabi protests are being funded by Canada because India is becoming more self-dependent. I don't know anything about that. I would find it very hard to believe that Canada is trying to create some sort of... Canada funding a destabilizing agricultural protest in India is not a headline that sounds reasonable, you know? But again, I don't know for sure, but like, just that doesn't pass my smell test. What about Karma? Oh yeah, Karma's profile picture was cool. I liked it's very like anime. So I really like that. El Country Chilenos was cool too, because I like drawing the ball squeezed upward. That was cool. Country Ball World, do I have you on the list? Let me add you to the list. There's a lot of people on the list. It's going to be really hard to get everybody because I don't want the stream to just be drawing profile pictures. It's something that, you know, I'll come back to every now and then. Clover Finder Boy, do I have you on the list? Let me add you. Bah. Animation, do I have you on here? I don't think so. But yeah, I posted this to the YouTube channel. Saw a lot of you guys liked it. Sam 2. Carding Rules, do I have you? Yeah, I do. Okay. Canada's funding Punjabi protests. 2 million Punjabis live in Canada cultivating Masoor dal. I have a hard time believing that Canada is funding destabilization protests in India. Like, I'm sure many of you are familiar with the... why am I blanking on its name? What is it called? Occam's Razor. Occam's Razor is mistakenly referred to or mistakenly defined as the simplest solution is most often the correct one. It's actually the solution that requires the fewest leaps of faith or leaps in judgment is most often the correct one, right? And that's generally, you know, it's a good... it's a good... Oh. Lost chat for a second. Hold on. It's a good, like, rule of... Well, I mean, I guess it's a razor. It's a good razor. Philosophical razor, or principle, or whatever. To judge things that you may not be familiar with. I completely lost chat. What happened? There we go. The whole Bible in that list. Yeah, it's a long list. Okay, so I have Happy Face here. I have to look at my script. I don't want to give away the script, so I need to see what I need to draw. I'm going to have to draw some generic panels as well, with different characters and stuff. Let's see. The Space Duke story, I think I've done all of the assets for. Okay, I need to do just like the generic intro. So I'm going to hide the box and the Yakuza. Oh, whoa. Let's hide all these. I'm going to save this. This will be Happy. God damn, there are so many layers. Okay, now I can do a, like an inquisitive. We'll do inquisitive sunglasses. This is what I should have done. So, see, I have just like the stock ball here. Now I just need to do the sunglasses, right? Whoa, hold on. Ball. Okay, I think that's right. Got happy. Angry. Ah. Neutral. I have so many layers, I'm losing track. Ball. High neutral. Ball. Alright, inquisitive. We need inquisitive eyes. Target layer is hidden. Oh, okay. So, I think it's 10. Let's see roughly where the, let's erase that. I'm gonna copy the neutral eyes. Hide ball. Let's copy this. Inquisitive. Hide neutral. Okay, now I need to erase everything around the sunglasses. This is advanced Photoshop stuff. Working with so many layers. Okay. See this Austinite, you're at the park? Right on. Remember your monstrosity of the Baltics doing stuff? What do you mean? What happened to Stick Poland? He's not jump scaring us anymore. Where's Stick Poland? Stick Poland. Countries. USA. Alright, so now we're going to do something like this. Inquisitive. It's hard. I know I say this all the time, but it is hard to interact with chat while also drawing. So I am not ignoring you guys. Well, I guess I am, but I'm not trying to. You know? Who are your top 3 favorite Pollandball YouTubers? The top 3 should be us. We're trying to create a cult here, guys. Need to erase this. Okay. This color. Fill this in over here. You can hear my work phone going off. This was 5 pixel for the bridge. Let's have it go more like this. Okay. Sharp bend. Looks kind of weird. All right, inquisitive. Now we need 10 pixel here. Now erase. Did you guys watch any like cool movies or TV shows this weekend? If only alive YouTubers count, your top 3 favorite YouTubers are Extra in Exile, Pollandball Official, of course, and Belarus Ball. So I don't really watch a lot of... Well, I don't really watch any other Country Ball content on YouTube other than our own stuff. I know this stuff is out there. I like Icaria Ball, or whatever that channel is. Probably among the best animations. But my favorite YouTubers are... I like Simon Whistler and all of his stuff. He has like a million different channels. Cool Worlds is probably my favorite single channel. It's all like space crap. It's run by an astrophysics professor at Columbia University and his team. And third favorite, oh, Perun. I love Perun. Do you guys watch Perun? Perun. He's an Australian defense YouTuber. He puts out a new video every Sunday. I haven't watched today's Sunday. Icaria misrepresents India. Oh, I don't know where Icaria is from, but it's hard not to misrepresent countries in Country Ball content. You know, I mean, it's also part of the point of Pollandball content. But, you know, I'll make I'll make comics about the United States that are like straight up wrong, you know, either knowingly or unknowingly, and people get upset, you know. And I'm American, right? Like, no one is infallible, except for the Pollandball news team. We would never lie to you. Tercer Imperio Creepers Linball. Hashtag neutral Conal Gogo. What a name. I have no idea what it means. Perun, the most engaging PowerPoint presentation. Yeah, I love Perun. One of my ideas is to do like a parody video on our channel about Perun. Like, just do a slideshow with Pollandball crap on it, you know? And fortunately, we have an Australian on the YouTube team here, so I would have him do the voiceover. Yeah, Icaria Ball, I think, is great. Canada's the most powerful in NATO. Good joke. Does Kiev mapping count as a Pollandball channel? I don't know what Kiev mapping is. SE Julius K. Can I draw your ball? I will get to it at some point. I can't make any promises that I'm going to do it today. Icaria is from Greece? Okay. You've been thinking about making a flag emoji font including all of the subdivisions, although you haven't found anything that makes you able to do that yet. No, you don't have to apologize. It's fine. Like, I know everybody wants to see their profile picture drawn, you know, because it's cool. But, like, here, take a look at the list. There's a lot of people, and each one of these does take a while, you know? Even something as simple as NJA Studios probably took like 5 or 10 minutes. So, this is something that I will always be doing on stream, you know, from now until the heat death of the universe. Because presumably the channel will grow and we'll have more viewers over time. More people will get added to the list. All right, let's see. I need to save this as Inquisitive. So I have happy, neutral, angry, Inquisitive. Let me get angry back up. Let me save this. PNG. So the thing about YouTube channels that are primarily animations or hand-drawn content take a lot more time to produce actual videos because you need to draw each one of those frames, whether it's for an animation or just like a stock image. So it's pretty hard to I guess the ramp up to having a number of assets that you can use interchangeably takes a long time, but I think I'm getting there to the point where I can sort of stitch together a video without having to draw a lot of new content. But drawing the new content is the most fun part, right? Like, having to draw different facial expressions on the same character with the same background isn't super engaging. Either, as an artist or, as a viewer. I know this isn't, the most interesting. NATO, you love r/Pollandball. We love you too. I'm a big NATO simp. But yeah, if you guys aren't familiar with Perun, go check out literally every single one of his videos. They're super informative. You don't need to have like a background in defense policy, defense industrial economics, history, international relations. Obviously, all of that helps to contextualize what he's talking about, but it's super, super great stuff that he talks about. I think his most popular video is How Corruption Destroys Armies. And that one was made a couple of months, I think, after Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. And it blew up on YouTube because it explained why Russia ended up being this paper tiger compared to what people thought it was. Obviously it's more than a match for Ukraine, unfortunately. But the idea of Russia being having the second most powerful military on the planet was kind of exposed as being probably not true. It's probably China. But Nikki's Art, hello, welcome. Hope you like Pollandball content, Country Ball content. Wisconsin, welcome. Forgot there was a stream today. At least you're in. Yeah, I said I was going to do a stream tonight. I know I'm not maybe the most reliable when it comes to actually streaming when I say I will, but I am trying to do it more often. Yeah, you can ship myself and NATO. Joseonball or Joseonball, welcome. Joseon, is that like a Korean region or something? Sounds Korean. Country Ball content is based. Hell yeah. Don't forget to drop a like on the video so more people can see it. Especially since we have, I think, 2 videos that are going to be coming out this week. Dick Rhino has been working on something highlighting the most recent Pollandball comic contest, which yours truly won. And then we've got Pollandball news, which is what I'm working on right now. All right, so we've got Angry. All right, now I'm going to have to put the... I guess I don't need the box yet. I can do the box for individual things. Here. I guess I can get stick Pollanded. NATO X Colai animation memes when? And God, I want to learn how to do animations. Hopefully, pipe dream. But if the channel's ever big enough where I could do this full time, like as a job, I would love to learn how to animate. Beyond sort of... I've made GIFs in Photoshop where you draw each individual frame and then you sort of just stitch them together, but it's all done by hand. There's no automation or whatever. And then have it play back, but that takes a lot of time, and I'm sure actual animation software would make it a lot easier. What is it, the Adobe program that people use to animate stuff? Pumpkinhead Can't Draw was that was a pretty cool profile picture, actually. Sunnyflowers ended up being cool because it was he has an anime profile picture, and I had to recreate it as a country ball with hair, which is verboten. Don't make comics that have... Don't submit a comic to the Pollandball subreddit that has hair on your balls. Don't put hair on your balls. Adobe Animate? Okay, maybe I'll learn that. I've only been using Photoshop to draw stuff. Russia not evil, Russia good. Hard disagree for me there, dog. The modern Russian state is absolutely vile. It's a fascist state. It's imperialist. Has absolutely no regard for the agency of other peoples, other states. So that's going to be no for me. Okay, let me pull up my script. I'm not going to show it because I don't want to give away the script. Okay, so I have the Russia space nuke story, I think, done. I have two here. I think I can close... I'm going to close this. I'm going to close that. I'm going to close... I'll save this. I think I can close this. Stick Poland will keep open. Chat family portrait will keep open. I'm going to do a new... All right. So the second story that I was going to do is going to be the Indian and Polish farmer protests. Let's see. I accidentally showed the script. How did I show the script? I only have Photoshop open. All right, I am going to draw stuff for India and Poland. So I had, let me pull. Agitated agriculture. So I had this. Incomprehensible yokel noises. Here, let's copy these. Just so I have a reference for the flag colors. Better mention how Canada is funding Indian farmer protests. I haven't found anything about that. Do you think India is a superpower? No, India's not a superpower. It's a great power, though. The difference between a superpower and a great power is pretty significant. The US and China are the only superpowers at present. China, people might argue that it's not, but I think it is. It has the economic strength of a superpower. India will be a superpower by 2040. If India doesn't mismanage its economic growth and they sort of like make their defense acquisition process is pretty bad. It's pretty convoluted. Perun actually did a video on this about Indian defense policy, and one of the things is that it's just their procurement policy and process is just very bad. But yeah, I mean, India has all the makings of a potential superpower. By 2040, I think it's a bit optimistic, but by the end of the century, I think if, barring some sort of catastrophic, like, collapse in the Indian state or economy or something, I think, yeah, they're on track to be a superpower. Indian geography is very good. It's very conducive to being a superpower. It's better than China's, for example. China is too susceptible to being blockaded, or being boxed in, Just poor geography, there's nothing they can do about that. You can't literally, move islands. Okay, so I need to draw something for the Indian and Polish farmer protests. You guys have any suggestions? What should be on this panel? This is going to be a very simple panel. Put Poland for Reich? Put in Poland for Reich. It'll be, yeah, Indian defense is bad, but it will be improved. NATO, you really love your input on this. I haven't found a single news story from like a reliable news outlet, or really any, that suggests that Canada's funding farmer protests. You know, like, farmers don't really need much of a reason to protest beyond economic conditions, you know? Cloudy Guy, what's up? Thanks for joining. Oh, so one thing that people are very, very quick to jump to is claiming that, you know, something they don't like is happening because someone that they also don't like is funding that effort, right? Like, this might be news to some of you, but a lot of people don't need a monetary incentive to do something, you know? Don't India and Canada have semi-bad relations? Yeah, there's, over the past 6 months or so, because Canada and the United States have alleged that India assassinated a I think, Punjabi independence activist in Canada on Canadian soil. And so that's led to a deterioration of relations between Canada and India. So I think any kind of domestic unrest in India, you know, someone could easily point to someone could easily just claim that, you know, Canada's behind it. Like, guys, Canada is at best a regional power. Like, they don't really have the ability to sort of undermine countries as massive as India, you know? It's also never really been their modus operandi. Square Reptune, welcome. One second. Okay. I'm going to draw India, Poland, and the UN sort of acting as a mediator. And then we're going to draw a very fat USA. It's a very small undermining. I don't know. Remember, it's only one province. I read that it's happening in both Haryana and Punjab. It's not just Punjab. Sadaki started another war. You're not allowed to start another war unless you finish your first war. Do I think Quebec should be independent? I don't care. If they want to be independent. So the way that I think about these kinds of things is that if a group of people that live within a country want independence, the legal, you know, they should go through the proper legal ways of, you know, trying to become independent. You know, whether, you know, it has to be a valid, democratic, free, and fair independence referendum. Maybe it should have a certain threshold. The national government should have to agree to it, you know? But I don't care. I don't think about Quebec, you know? It doesn't matter to me. If they want to be independent, sure. If they don't, sure. It just does not matter. In the grand scheme of things, I just don't care. So let's draw India. Let's make India big. Maybe not that big. Let's go back to 10. Zoom in a bit. It is a squishy ball. Squished on top and bottom. But, like, I've been to a lot of protests. I'm a politically active person. no one needs to pay me to go and protest, you know? What is this comic about? I'm drawing a panel for Pollandball News. We're doing a story on farmer protests in both India and Poland. What's my opinion if Alaska got independence? I am not in favor of any American state pursuing independence. The United States is a superpower because we have great geography. We're a massive country, physically and in terms of population. And we have the economic strength to underwrite the ability to project power globally. And no one of our individual states has the capacity to do any of that by themselves. It's a very much we're stronger together type thing. I think about the EU in a similar capacity. The EU has all of the makings of a superpower except for the political dimension, because it's not a united, federalized state. I think it should be, but it's not. Active protest? Are you a socialist? You don't have to be a socialist to be to protest something. I assume that was a tongue-in-cheek comment, though. But yeah, I mean, if you live in a country that guarantees the right to protest, free speech, something like that, if you live in a liberal democracy, you really should not take those freedoms for granted. If you don't exercise your civil and if you don't exercise your rights, you're more liable to lose them. And I'm under no illusions as to the efficacy of protesting. Protesting almost never changes anything. It's sort of the bare minimum that you need to do if you consider yourself someone who cares about things. Political apathy is a great way to lose your rights. Let's draw some eyes. Let's duplicate that. Move the eyes over here, maybe like that. Okay. India, very good democracy, not flawed at all. Yeah, just like the US. The best run states, in my opinion, are essentially any of the Nordic states. They're doing most things right. Let's clean this up. Hide the eyes, merge these. Do the chakram. So the way that I draw the chakram, is it chakram or chakra? Let me see the flag. Chakra. Yeah, so the way I draw the chakra is kind of like a butthole. Easier way of doing it, you know? And then let's go maybe down to 5. Hold on, where are the eyes? Okay. Just as a reference so I can get what the orientation should be, you know? Alright, I think that's good enough. Actually, let's do this. We need more comics about India in the Pollandball subreddit. So if you guys ever have an idea for a comic featuring India, you should draw it, submit it. eyes. The chakram, I think, move it over that way. Okay. Let's merge these. White in the middle. Orange on top. Green at the bottom. I have to clean up this side right here. All right. Draw Poland. So this was India. Isaac Cuevas, welcome. Social democracy is good. Yeah. I'm generally a fan of social democracy. Choose a cake flavor. Chocolate. No, I take it back. Vanilla or strawberry. Will World War III start? Hopefully not. Do you guys have plans for nuclear war? My plan is to die in the fireball. I live in New York, so I'm gonna die in the fireball. So it's easy. I don't have to plan beyond that. Go to New Zealand? Yeah, New Zealand is probably going to be one of the few places that's, in the event of like a global thermonuclear war between like Russia and China and the US or something like that, most of the northern hemisphere is fucked, you know? So the safest places to be would probably be a place like New Zealand, because I'm assuming Australia, in the event of a war, is going to get destroyed because they're an important ally of the United States, and they're a relatively large military power given their size. And because there's active military bases in Australia, so if there's a war between China and the United States and it goes nuclear, then I'm sure New Zealand or Australia gets hit. New Zealand, I don't think is as high priority of a target for Russia or China to hit, you know. And then a lot of sub-Saharan Africa will probably be okay. And then I imagine most of South America would probably be okay too. But I'm going to die in the fireball. So if I stop streaming, that's why. Although, if there's a global nuclear war and you guys are waiting for me to stream, then that's very strange. Poland, delete that. Let's give Poland some eyes. Let's go 5 pixel. It's a salvageable ball. Whoops. All right, let's zoom out. Get the red. Let me... Hold on. I have to get another playlist. I need to find more copyright-free music to play. Because right now it's all just synthwave. And I'd like to do something a little bit, I don't know, different. Let me see. Let's do this one. Oh wow, spike in viewers. Welcome. Tons of people. Drop a like on the stream, guys. More people will join. If there's a nuclear war, I won't stream. So this is actually like one of the interesting things to think about. Since we live in a world now where everyone has basically a supercomputer in their pocket, people are absolutely going to stream World War III. Absolutely. You are going to see videos of mushroom clouds over major cities. People will be watching you know, a nuclear holocaust from, like, on their phone. You know? Isn't that wild to think about? Can I say something about chat in the PN episode? I've already recorded all my parts, but yeah, I mean, we could probably incorporate chat in some fashion. What we're doing right now is we ask members of the Pollandball subreddit community to send suggestions for, you know, the ticker, the news ticker at the bottom of like a news show, where it just has in text like some minor stories passing by. We ask for suggestions, so if you guys ever have like funny suggestions, like for what could go on the news ticker, we would definitely incorporate stuff like that. What's my opinion on Sora AI? I have no idea what that is. Sora? This is made by OpenAI. It's an AI model that creates realistic and imaginative scenes from text instructions. Oh, so this is OpenAI's version of Midjourney or something, right? Oh wow, it can do video? I'm on their website, and this is a prompt video. A stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with warm, glowing neon and animated city signage. She wears a black leather jacket, a long red dress, and black boots. And carries a black purse. She wears sunglasses and red lipstick. She walks confidently and casually. The street is damp and reflective, creating a mirror effect with the colorful lights. Many pedestrians walk about. That is insane. Absolutely insane. NATO, take care. Yeah, no, AI is scary. I'm generally not someone who thinks that we should like halt technological progress, but I am concerned about how AI will impact people's ability to discern fact from fiction, because they're already, you know, really bad at it, you know? So, like, I could show photoshopped photos that, you know, someone my age would be able to tell is Photoshop, but you could show it to somebody like who didn't grow up with that kind of photo editing, and they wouldn't necessarily know that if it's true or not, you know? So, you know, AI is even better than just like someone photoshopping something, right? So, yeah, I'm genuinely concerned as to what the impact of AI will be on society. But I don't think that means we should stop researching and advancing AI or technology. It's sort of like there's always going to be problems facing humanity and countries and civilizations. So there's no reason to really like stop just because, I don't know, it feels like arbitrary drawing the line at AI, you know? I also really love the Terminator movies, so, you know, worst case scenario, we get to live out the plot line of Terminator. You know, would that really be so bad? Let's merge these. Alright, we got Poland. Now we're going to do the UN. Put Punjab flag for India protests. I thought Indian states don't have flags. Hold on, let me Google it. They have there's an emblem of the government of Punjab. So I'm just gonna use the Indian flag. I would like some cake, thank you. Why is Poland upside down in Pollandball? So I assume there are some people in chat who might not be familiar with it, but in Pollandball, the very first Pollandball comic, which was made by Falco on Crouchan back in like 2010 or something, he drew, you know, these rudimentary comics making fun of a Polish user, Wojak, on Crouchan, and in those comics he drew the Polish flag upside down. We have absolutely no idea whether or not he did that intentionally or not, but we have kept it ever since. Because it's funnier if it's upside down. And it's just one of those weird little quirks about Pollandball. Draw UN. I like drawing the UN as, like, small and cute, you know? Because that's about sums up, you know, the depth of the UN, right? Just stands there and looks cute. Although, I'm not one of those people that shits on the UN because, oh wow, there's this problem in the world. Why didn't the UN solve it? Well, it's because the UN doesn't have any goddamn actual power, because if it did, it would have no members, right? International organizations, like the UN, only have as much power as its members decide to give it. And unsurprisingly, nation-states don't like giving their power to other entities. They like preserving it. This is the single biggest problem with the EU, is that you have all of these jealous national governments that don't want to give more power to the EU when it would serve their collective interest to do so. Please put Punjab Empire. It's just going to be India. Alright, let's do happy eyes for the UN. What should I call this? Farmer panel. Uttar Pradesh does have a flag, according to a Wikipedia article about the flag, but according to the Wikipedia article of the state itself, it's just the emblem and nothing else. I don't think Indian states have actual flags. Should veto power be removed from the UN? No. The Security Council should be reformed, though. There should be different... The membership of the UN Security Council reflects the winners of World War II, right? We're getting close to almost a century ago, right? The international system... and like the tier rankings of countries has changed pretty significantly since then. So, the problem is that the Security Council members have vetoes over changes to the Security Council itself, and the 5 Security Council members can't agree on who should be on the Security Council other than those 5, right? So it's probably not going to expand anytime soon. But I do think that, were it up to me, the Security Council would be the US, China, 1 seat for the entirety of the European Union, and in my ideal world, the UK would still be part of the European Union, so we're going to pretend that the EU and the UK are still one entity, right? So you'd have the US, EU, China, Russia, India, Japan would be my Security Council. I think it's silly not to include India or Japan. And I don't think Germany should have an individual seat. I think the EU should have a seat, and that should cover Germany, you know? All right, happy eyes. Let's do 3 pixels. But, you know, the scenario that I just described is unacceptable to France and the UK, so they would veto it. The US probably wouldn't like it either, to be honest. The US likes having 2 allies on the Security Council, those being the UK and France. But the US does support, I believe, India and Japan being given seats on the UN Security Council. China would oppose Japan. Russia would oppose Japan. China would oppose India. Russia, I believe, supports India. You feel like Australia should have a seat that represents Oceania? So the thing about the Security Council is that it's not meant to represent geographic diversity. It's meant to represent the most powerful countries on the planet, and Australia is not one of them. It represents the countries that have the most significant ability to shape the global order. All right, I need to find the UN flag. Actually, I love the UN flag. What do you guys think about it? New Delhi has a flag. But New Delhi is a city. Here. UN flag. I love the UN flag. It's a bit complicated, but it's cool. Yeah, I mean, I love the light blue and the white. They go very well together. Could be better. Yeah, so I'm not a fan of putting the territory of a country, or, you know, in this case, the world, on a flag. I think it's super tacky. But, you know, it gets a pass because the UN is a very high-minded organization. It represents essentially the entirety of humanity, right? But there's a lot of, like, you know, hobbyist flag proposals that have more interesting designs for the UN, but I do like the flag. So let's do this. Eyes. Let's do the... Whoa. Do the seal. Use an unofficial flag for any state. Nah, I'm just going to use the Indian flag. So in the script, I mentioned that it's farmers from Haryana and Punjab that are protesting. So something like this. Oops. Okay, now what I'm going to do is erase to make the wreath look like a wreath. I'm going to do like V-shaped erasing. A little bit of white here. Erase that. Have it sort of come down like that. Okay. We go to 100%. That's kind of shitty at the bottom. Let's fix that. This is bad. That looks a little bit better. Let's go 100%. Let's erase this part here. Clean up this side. Cool. Here's an idea for a comic. Sweden tells Estonia that she counted into Nordic. Estonia then goes on a brutal military campaign, brutally killing all the major powers. So the Estonia into Nordic trope has been done quite a bit. So you got to come up with creative ways to make it more interesting, you know? There's an idea in there. I would want to flesh it out a little bit more. This isn't the best UN seal I've drawn, but I don't want to draw it anymore, so let's merge this into the UN. Alright, now we need to draw a super fat US. I want to draw fat US. Okay. Give him like fat folds. Okay. Dick Rhino has a great comic. I forget what it's called, but where he draws the US like struggling to get on top of a trampoline because it's so fat. And the way that he drew fat US is so good. I've always been jealous of his ability to make fat US look good. So, add some folds. There's one. Let's do another one over here. Go in a little bit more. What else am I going to draw for PNN? I need to do something for the Yakuza story. And then I have to do the weather panels. But that should be pretty quick because I have those... I have those panels made. I just need to change like the temperature and then the actual weather icons and then add the name of the city. We should make a Pollandball movie. In 10 years' time, the Pollandball feature film will be released in theaters near you. We need 10 years to become super famous and wealthy. And then get Hollywood to let us make a movie. You have a comic idea. Stereotypical Arab nation finds oil. America's is oil with a shit ton of army stuff. Cuts to America on the side with a crap ton of other nations. It's been done. I hate to say it. But we also have an animation of that, essentially. The Poland Finds Oil animation on our channel. If you guys haven't seen that, go take a look. That's my favorite comic of all time. The original favorite Pollandball comic is the original Poland Finds Oil comic. Imagine Pollandball becomes a show on TV. I don't know that Pollandball would lend itself well to a serialized TV show. I think like short bits or whatever would make sense. Like you can't have like an overarching story, you know, because it's countries. It's unless you were doing history. But it couldn't be... I don't know that you could do something like SpongeBob. Well, not SpongeBob. Maybe you could... Yeah, you could do something like SpongeBob. Where, like, countries could just get into, like, a wacky adventure for 20 minutes. Okay. Does that look like a fat country? Who would in a war? No nukes. A united Europe versus Russia and China. Probably Europe. And I say that primarily because of geography. Just because, you know, the vast majority of the Chinese population and, you know, military equipment is located on the other side of the planet from Europe. They would need super long logistics lines to be able to even get them to Europe, and things like their navy would be basically useless in that kind of war. Because like, how would the Chinese navy get to like the Mediterranean, the Baltic Sea? Even if they did get there, they would be annihilated by, you know, Swedish, German, French, and British subs, and Italian and Spanish subs. You know, it's just that's the thing. It's like, none of these countries have the ability to project power in the way that we... Like, when we think of these kinds of massive wars, of, like, one country fighting another war, or one country fighting a war on the other side of the planet, the U.S. is really the only country capable of doing that, right? And it's very easy to think of, like, oh, well, China will just send a bunch of ships and stuff to Europe, but, like, how? China has one overseas military base, as far as I'm aware. The one in Djibouti. So like they don't have this network of bases and treaties and alliances with other countries that allow them to establish a significant military presence all over the world. Only the U.S. really has that ability. So a war between the EU and Russia and China would be fought primarily like in Eastern Europe or in Russia proper, right? Like, where else would it be fought? It doesn't make sense anywhere else. And just like China and Russia would have numerical superiority, but it doesn't. It's numerical superiority on paper doesn't mean anything if like the Chinese armed forces can't move to the actual battle space, right? So, I think EU wins that in a conventional war. All right, this is an interesting thought experiment, I guess. Let me pull up U.S. somewhere. Get the right colors. Oh, we want to draw sunglasses first. Let's draw sunglasses on the U.S. Then I'll have to do shading. I think I only need one panel for this story. And then I'll do maybe two for... Actually, no. I'll do one more panel for this. Glasses. Let's do it in... Do it in green. Maybe 5 pixel? 7? Let's try 7. Let's duplicate that. There, okay, I think that's good. And then, what, I was doing 8 or 7 pixel? I was doing 7 pixel, looks like. The glasses. Let's merge these layers. Where should they go? Like near the top? The middle? Bottom? That's too far down. Thinking like here, maybe? Like when you draw like a fat ball, I think the head is like pushed up. You know? Whereas on a normal ball, I think it's sort of in the middle. I can't follow your guys' LARP. Who wins in a fight with the US on one side and the EU, China, Russia, and Oceania on the other? In a conventional war, I don't think either of those sides win. EU, China, Russia, Oceania combined don't have the ability to invade the United States, and the US doesn't have conventional superiority over such a massive population. EU, China, Russia, and Oceania. It's a stalemate. It's a draw. It's no one can fight each other beyond, you know, naval skirmishes. US would pull in all their naval assets closer to the US border and then just try and pick off European, Chinese, Russian, and Australian sort of shipping and naval assets that try and move closer to the US in a scenario with no nukes, you know? It's like a lot of these what if scenarios just don't really make sense, you know? Like we don't live in a world where something like World War II kind of fighting could happen anymore. All right, I think it's maybe a little bit lower. And then let's do that. Okay. Let's get the. Let's do the whoops. Let's do the lines behind the U.S. or behind the glasses. Erase this. Yeah, it's an interesting thing to think about. Yeah, it's the thing about like pitting. There are a lot of YouTubers who have done videos on like what a hypothetical war between like the entire world or all the military powers versus the United States would be like. It's not a war the U.S. can win, but it's one that it can force a draw, a stalemate, just because the U.S. is very much impervious to invasion because it's effectively an island, right? And it's massive. You're not like no one is capable of invading the United States because the major military powers. There are no major military powers in the Americas other than the United States, right? Mexico, Canada, Brazil, Argentina, too small, too weak, and they're all essentially allies of the United States to varying degrees, right? So the only ways you invade the United States are either through Canada or Mexico, which isn't happening, because one, they're allied with the U.S. Two, you would have to actually like send your forces there somehow without being picked off by like American subs. So you're not going to be able to build up troops. So it just doesn't make any sense. But like if the entire world teamed up, the U.S. can't beat them. It's just too like overwhelming. I like this. I love drawing fat USA. Maybe I make this part of the ball more ballular. Let me fix that. I've drawn the US like Jabba the Hutt before. Typically the way I draw him is fat, but I like this way. What happened there? Okay. Now I need to get the red and the blue. Let's do some lines behind the US. Made an atom bomb. Don't try and sell it to a Yakuza member. Or to a DEA official, I guess. To the red lines. So I said I was going to try and do the US a little bit differently from how I normally do it. Fewer stars, or fewer stripes. Well, I guess not, actually. Whatever. Clean up outside the lines. Merge it with the blue. Clean up the blue. Okay. Red. Fill it in. blue. Oh, too much red. What the hell? Okay, stars. Maybe 4 rows of stars. And then let's duplicate this, offset it, and then here, let's move this one in more. This one out more. Duplicate it. Whoa. Duplicate it one more time. Over here. And then move this one a little bit more off screen. And then erase that one and that one. Merge the star layers. Now I just need to clean it up where it hits the black outline of the ball. Okay. There, and then this one I have to fix. Okay, merge it with the US layer, fill it in with white. Cool. Glasses. Alright, just put the glasses a little bit lower. Like there, maybe? Ah, I think that's okay. Let's do a little bit of shading, I think. Here, let's actually put the glasses down more, like over here. No. I'm not going to second guess myself. I'm just going to merge it. USA. Okay. So a little bit of shading. Whoops. India. Crescent moon shading. Whoops. Okay. Poland. UN. I'll have to fix the eyes because they're going to get shaded here. I like the UN. It's cute. Let's do that. Fill that in. Whoops. Okay. US, we're going to have to do some shading on the fat folds, I think. So maybe like here, here, there, and then here. And then actual shading on the ball. It's a stretch to call this a ball, but the blob, Poland blob. For the chronically obese balls in your life. Have this come out a little bit more. God damn, that is one fat ball. Okay, fill that in, fill that in, fill that in. Zoom back out, 100%. Let's go 45% opacity. And then let's merge all of these. Delete layer 2. These are characters. Alright, so I need to clean up some of the shading that I messed up. There and there. The fat shading on the right near the folds. Tub of lard comes to life. New community, Poland blob. For the biggest bone balls. How do you come up with all the subtext on PNN, like the news headlines at the bottom? So that's called the ticker, the news ticker at the bottom. We brainstormed a lot of it, but we also ask people in the Pollandball subreddit for suggestions. So chat, like you can give us suggestions too. If you ever have a funny sort of like just one sentence news story that we can put at the bottom, the scrolling text, that'd be cool. That is a mighty fine and mighty fat US. Nauru is the biggest of blobs. True. All those South Pacific nations, they have to import most of their food because there's very little arable land on those islands. And so the food that they import is very heavily processed as a result. So that's why you have really high obesity rates in the South Pacific. Not just the South Pacific, but like I'm pretty sure places like even like Hawaii have pretty high obesity rates. I mean, granted, it's American, right? So any American state's gonna be fat as shit, but Hawaii, I believe, imports most of their food too. So. No one can find the post. What post? Oh, Sunnyflower? Should give the US like a wheelbarrow of money. Here, let's give him like a... Let's give him cash. Just like a wad of hundreds or something. Here. That's what I should do. Like it's a brick of cash. Make it green. That's Not the right color green. A little bit darker on the sides and the bottom. Draw a dollar sign. Actually, hold on. We have to draw like a ball in the middle, right? Mr. Ben Franklin. All right, now we can draw. $100. Maybe another 100 this side. I don't know. Actually, that's kind of confusing if I do it like that. Not trying to make it like an actual $100 bill. Let's magic eraser tool the light gray or the light green. Cash money. It really should be darker green on the outside. And then lighter green sort of border, you know? Let's try that. How about that? That makes more sense, I think. Then I can do like this. We can keep the black border, but I'm sort of drawing in between the black border and then the dark gray field. And then a circle there. Let's go to this. Merge it with the cache layer, and then what I can do, I need to show that there's like multiple bills in here, right? So I'm gonna add some texture. Hope this turns out right. That's not bad. Not great, not bad. That's not bad. All right, we'll stick with that. I think that's fine. Cash money layer. Okay. Then make this Futura. This single panel took a while. I put a lot of effort into this, I guess. I think this is it. I think I'm done. What do you guys think of this panel? You don't have the full context because the script is going to explain like why the U.S. is even in this panel. But this is about farmer protests in India and Poland. But I'm going to save this. PNN. The most powerful currency is the Pollandball cash monies. We're gonna make our own crypto. You're all gonna lose your money by investing in Poland coin. I have never invested in crypto and I never will. Stupid. So PNG. This is agitated agriculture. 2. In Poland cites ancestral claims to all of Europe. Will the Pollandball community support these claims? Yes. It's all Poland. Invest in Poland coin. Okay, I need to draw, let's see. I did the Russian space nukes. I did the farmer protests. We need to do the Yakuza, the story of the Yakuza leader smuggling plutonium. Okay. You invested 20 euros and they turned into 3 in months? Yeah. Sometimes people have to learn the hard way that, like, don't invest in memes. M. Youngblood, thanks for joining. Have a good week. Trump won the South Carolina primary. Yeah, I'm not going to put that as news, though. Everyone knew that was going to happen. Neither the Republican or Democratic primaries are really contested, so it doesn't really matter. Stick Poland. All right, so this is going to be Yakuza 2. Yakuza panel. All right, so for Yakuza, I had Yellow Cake Yakuza. What a story. For those of you who might not know, the story here is that the U.S. charged a Japanese Yakuza leader, with attempting to traffic uranium and weapons-grade plutonium to an undercover DEA agent in Thailand. Which is an absolutely wild story. So I'm going to have this here as reference. I'm going to draw... I think I draw a big Japan in the panel. And maybe Japan could be, like, talking to the user, or the viewer, rather. Like, hey, you want to buy some uranium? Mail animation, welcome. Let's do a big Japan. Right in the screen, right in the middle of the screen. let me draw a big circle like this. Yeah, I'd buy weapons grade plutonium if a Yakuza member was trying to sell it to me. I have no idea how much weapons grade plutonium costs, but I'm assuming it's going to be outside of my budget. So, if my NSA agent is in the chat watching, you have nothing to worry about. I can't afford to make a nuclear bomb. Okay. Let me get a little bit more background music. Oh, this is a 5-hour playlist. Okay, yeah, let's do this one. You guys want to make a Discord for your chat wars? There should be a Reddit chat and a Discord server. Would I participate in National Cake Day in Client Empire February 28th? Yeah, sure. What do you feel like there's just going to be an Imperial Japan joke in here somewhere? There actually isn't. Oh, I have to give him the headband, don't I? Yakuza. Download their script or whatever. Streaming. Flags. Alright, this is the Yakuza script. Flaz, you're buying the 3-Body Problem book. It was on your radar for a while, but listening to me talk about it gave you the push. Right on. I got my dad to read it too. He's reading it right now. He's a huge sci-fi fan. But yeah, like it's interesting. The 3 books are... The first book is the most different from of the 3. What happens in the trilogy is that the scale just sort of expands really, really rapidly. The first book is a slow burn, but the second book takes off sort of right where the first book ends, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then the third book gets even bigger still, like constantly. It's crazy. So the first book, you start small, and it builds up to this really big thing. I don't want to give spoilers here, but my favorite is probably the third book. Most people feel that the second book is the best, and I can see why, but I really like the first, like, 400 or 500 pages of the third book, I think are great. The last, like, 100 pages of the last book, I think were maybe a little bit too rushed, but I do like how it ended. I just feel like that was probably the weakest part of the third book. But, like, the first 70-80% of the third book, I think, is the best in the entire series. The second book is great. Like, from start to finish, I have almost no issues with the second book. I just think that the scale of the third book and the problems and concepts that he talks about are so cool, and they're so out there that I have to give the edge to the third book. But I love the second and third books more than I love the first one. I thought the first one was good. I don't know that I would go back and reread the first book after having read it already, but the second and third book I could absolutely see myself reading again at some point in the future. But the first book I don't think needs to be reread. But it's good. Read it because the Netflix adaptation is coming out in March, and it looks as though they're taking elements of the second and third book and they're incorporating it into their first season of this adaptation, which makes sense based on the timeline in the overall story, but it's not how the actual book is written or the trilogy is written. But it is great. If any of you like science fiction, go read the Three Body Problem trilogy by Cixin Liu, or Liu Cixin. Three Body Problem, The Dark Forest, and Death's End. Fantastic. Probably my favorite sci-fi trilogy or sci-fi series that I've ever read. It's so good. The character work isn't great, and that's the most common complaint, but everything else about the books makes up for that. And that is a very, very common sentiment you will hear from people who have read it. Alright, let's draw the headband. This is super cool. I really love being able to stream while I'm drawing. Like, normally on a Sunday night, like at this time, I'd probably just be playing video games or like reading or watching TV. So being able to actually like do like share a, what's the word? Being able to like do an expressive sort of hobby and share it with other people in real time, I think is super cool. Here's what I'm gonna do. So, since I'm drawing for a YouTube video, I am gonna trace the hell out of this. I'm not making a comic that's being posted to the subreddit, so it doesn't matter. Let's trace it. I'm gonna do it in purple, and then I'm just gonna like repeat it. You're reading The Rings of Saturn by W.G. Sebald. W.G. Sebald. It's essentially just a recording, a walk in Suffolk to Norfolk, and documenting local landmarks, people, history, culture, etc. Very interesting read. Interesting. I've not heard of that. I'll have to look it up. There's a documentary on him by, or her, I don't know if it's a male or female author, by Grant Gree, available on YouTube. I recommend checking out. Its ambient soundtrack is amazing. All right, I'm gonna Google it right now. Grant Gree. Okay, I have a tab open. So I'll take a look after this, after I'm done streaming. We've been streaming for like 2 hours or something now. Sunnyflower, your phone is laggy. That sucks. More people are turning to the platform. Okay. New York Times breaking news updates on my phone. Getting news on Instagram. More people are turning to the platform for news in election year, even as it tries de-emphasizing, quote, political content, end quote. Well, that's why we're on YouTube. Do you guys have Instagram? I don't use any social media. I've never had an Instagram. I had a Facebook in high school, like when Facebook came out, sort of. Like when it was like open to the public for the first time. It used to be just for like university students. And then they opened it up to the public when I was in like 10th or 11th grade or something. And then I got rid of it like in college. And I've never had social media since. So, I mean, I have, you know, Reddit obviously and now a YouTube channel, but I don't think those count. It's not the same thing. You don't use Instagram? You don't have Instagram? You have Instagram, but you never use it? Yeah, it's weird, because, like, most people I meet my age, you know, like, late 20s, early 30s people, they still, like, they have Instagram. It's, like, their biggest thing, you know? I don't know if there's, like, a generational divide here. I think a lot of you are a little bit younger than me. So I'm curious. I imagine, like, most of, like, Gen Z and Gen A are, like, TikTok nerds. but I could be wrong. I don't think TikTok is quite as popular with my age cohort as younger ones. Yeah, it looks like a lot of you guys don't have Instagram. Yeah, I've never felt compelled to have one. I don't think I will ever make one. If I do, it's going to be exclusively like for Pollandball content, you know? Like for the channel or something. We have a Twitter account. The YouTube channel has one. I don't use it though. I think Aaron is the one who posts on it. But I also think Twitter is probably the worst social media platform. It's just awful. Like, everything about it sucks. And the user base in particular is just... Oh, man. Like, it's a safe haven for a lot of despicable kinds of people, you know? That just post, like, absolutely vile things. It's just... I hate it. Whoops. Don't use the brush tool. So this is Japanese for Yakuza. Some kind of Japanese script for Yakuza. Okay. Now, just make this black. I'm going to duplicate it twice, I think. One there. Make it a little bit smaller. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, I'm going to save this. Oh no, I need to add text. Elon Musk is obsessed with the letter X. Yeah, Elon Musk is he's a fucking clown. I can't underscore, or not underscore, I can't emphasize, or I can't overstate how much I hate him. He's so fucking annoying. He's an attention whore, you know? It's like, if people aren't talking about him, he needs to make people talk about him, so he says crazy stuff. Just absolutely awful. Trying to think of a good English way to write this. Yeah, I'm never going to call it X. It's Twitter to me. Twitter's garbage, but the bird was innocent. Yeah, I've always liked the Twitter logo. The X is stupid. Let's make this bigger. Maybe a little bit smaller. Let's do 24 point maybe. Plutonium. Something like a spoonful of uranium or plutonium or something has like 20 million calories in it. So if you were to eat one spoonful of plutonium or uranium, you would have enough calories to live the rest of your life. Yeah, Elon named one of his kids some weird, stupid name. He also has a child who disowned him because he's transphobic, and his child, I think, is a trans woman, trans man, and wants absolutely nothing to do with him, justifiably. I mean, the dude's he's a dirtbag. Like, if you have a child who is gay or trans or queer, or whatever, you know, and you harbor, you know, those kinds of like transphobic or homophobic views, you're a terrible person. You know, like it takes it a step beyond like just normal homophobia or transphobia. You know, it's your own kid. Like, you don't even care about like your own progeny. It's just there's no excuse. So the dude sucks for a lot of reasons. She put a Pollandball in her school project. Yeah, do it. Eating a spoonful of plutonium right now. Your DNA is disintegrating. You're just melting. Alright, let's save this. This is going to be Yakuza. Alright, PNG. Yakuza 1. And then I think we do another panel similar to this, but like even more close up. Plutonium cake, just like our grandma used to make it. The secret ingredient is plutonium. Stick Poland. Neptunium cake. Isn't Neptunian one of those like artificial elements? I forget what the what is it? I think it's uranium is the heaviest naturally occurring element in nature, and because they're called trans-uranium elements, right? So everything that is heavier on the periodic table than uranium is an artificial. It's either an artificial element, in which case it's only created in labs, or has such a short half-life that they exist for a very brief moment in like the most explosive supernovas. Biodegradable, welcome. I'm gonna plug the what is it? If you guys haven't seen it already, the Grand Prix of Serbia contest on the r/Pollandball subreddit is active now. It is a contest. Go take a look. It's got a bunch of the top comics that didn't win in the past 12 months. And so the winner of this contest wins the 767 Cup. And I believe a couple people in chat have entries in there. So go and vote on your favorite one. I think you have until Tuesday, March 1st, 17 Greenwich Mean Time. Okay, let's do another panel for the Yakuza. Yakuza story. You put a Pollandball in your project. Let's hope she doesn't fail me. What should we make another... So we need another panel for the news about a Yakuza member trying to sell weapons-grade plutonium and getting caught. Nobody knows. Remember to drop a like on the stream if you haven't done so already. Neutronium. You have a Pollandball made out of clay? Nice. I don't have like any Polland... I've never made like a Pollandball plushie or something like that. Alright, let me just make another blank canvas. This will be... Whoops. Yakuza 2 1920 by 1080. Fill it in. Yakuza 2 panel, save. Okay. Make a Japan with radiation sickness. I like that idea. Let's do that. Okay. Let's do, Japan will have, like, tried eating the plutonium or something. You say, oh, fuck, you cannot eat the plutonium. That's not a good Japan. Let's do another one. So the cool thing is because, like, you know, Pollandball news isn't real news. We could just, like, draw shit that has, like, no actual bearing on what the story is, you know? So here, I have a good idea. We're gonna have Japan sick from eating the plutonium. The US could be wearing, like, a police hat or something that says DEA on it. It says, like, what the fuck? Like, why are you trying to eat this? Or something like that. What do you mean radiation sickness? Are we saying he looks like a zombie or he looks sick? I think he's just going to be green. There, let's actually, we'll do Japan and we'll do USA. So Japan, sort of, let's have him, like, lying on the ground. So kind of like a... kind of squishy like that. Here, let's do, like, squish lines. Does that make sense? I don't know. We'll zoom out. Let's see. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Let's do the red. I love this panel. It's so stupid. Holy shit, my DNA. That's good. Okay. Oof, ouch, owie, my DNA. You like squishy balls? Are cute. Who doesn't like a good squishy ball every now and then? We'll put like a green filter over him. Here, let me redo the eyes. We're gonna make him sweating too. Let's do sweat. So in one of Aaron's recent comics, I think the Gunpowder comic, he drew sweat in a way that I really liked, just like this. But let's do. Let's see, something like that. No, it's too big here. Okay. Let's put a green filter over Japan. $45, $25. Let's try 35 for now. See, the sweat bead should be above the green layer. Whoa. Okay, so it's on the eyes layer. I accidentally, or not accidentally, I need to remove the sweat beads. The stream feels long. So much happened, it's only 2 hours now. Has it only been 2 hours? It's like a little over 2 hours. Yesterday, no, not yesterday. Friday, I think I did a 3 hour and 5 minute stream. I think that was the longest stream. Japan sweat and bathwater, $100. Yeah, Friday was the longest stream. That was like 3 hours and 20 minutes, stuff like that. That was a good stream. All right, let's merge this. I think this is good. Ouching's a fuck. My Dune is do the unravel. Or unraver. Alright, let's try USA. We'll give him a DEA hat at some point. Yeah, Pollandball news is there's a oh god, it's like an infinitely large treasure trove of ideas. Let's do the glasses. I haven't been drawing a lot of sunglasses lately because I haven't been drawing the US a lot. All right, I guess today I drew a couple, but all right, let's get actually hold on. Glasses, let's do them in green. DNA cake. Bro's decomposing. But in all seriousness, radiation sickness seems pretty terrible. Actually, hold on, let's flip this. I want to make it clear that it's unravel. I don't want people to get confused by him saying unraver. Yeah, that's why we don't eat plutonium. But it tastes good. It's like lead, right? Like, kids in like the 1950s in the US, and 1940s, would lick the walls because lead paint was so common, and lead tastes sweet. So a lot of kids would get lead poisoning from just licking the paint off of walls. Don't watch Chernobyl. Chernobyl's great. Highly recommend it. Absolutely fantastic show. If you guys haven't seen it. Back to 10 pixel for the arm. Okay. Whoops. Stick Poland. Or we can close that. Okay, let's get the right color to gray. 2 lines behind the glasses. I think tomorrow I should be able to stream regular time around 5:30, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Evening. Whoops. Good sunglasses. Let's get the blue and the red. Oh dear heavens, the Japan ball is dying of cancer. Yeah, his DNA is unraveling. I think this is great English, I think. This might be one of my best lines. Ouch and fuck, my DNA is due the unravel. Just like the term DNA unraveling, it's such a scary thing to think about, you know? All right, let's do blue and red. Blue first. Red next. Okay. So I'm not drawing 13 stripes. The American flag is too busy. There's just way too much shit on it, you know? Man. I guess I am doing close to 13 stripes. I'll do like 11 or something. Okay. Merge these with USA. Blue. Red, 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 red. Okay. Stars. Let's hide glasses. Bang out a couple stars. There, and then another one like over here. Okay, now we erase. Okay. Glasses. We need to give him a police hat. DEA hat. Actually, no. Yeah. It'll be like a baseball cap. Which I'm not good at drawing, so let's figure out how to draw it. Okay, I have an idea. Let's do 5 pixels. Something like that. Make it come just over the outline of the ball, you know, something like that. Let me pull this out. And then that could be like orange or something. Yellow, I guess. Your favorite line of English? It's from an old comic where Russia says something along the lines of, "To be gay, you must be glitter." That's actually one of my comics. The line is, "For to be homosex, you must glitter." I think Dick Rando said that's his favorite English line as well. There's another comic, I forget who did it, but one of the characters gets stabbed, and the line is, "Oh no, is stabbed." Just great. That's one of those iconic Pollandball lines that a lot of people are familiar with. I cannot remember for the life of me what the comic was or who the author was. Oh no, is stabbed. So if there's anyone in the chat that is familiar with that comic, I would love to know. Yeah, "For to be homosex, you must glitter." That's the line. Okay, let's make this dark blue. I don't know, what does the DEA hat look like? DEA hat. Okay, it's like black and then... yellow. Okay, so write DEA on it. Let's make it dark blue. Then yellow, writing it'll say DEA. It's not good. DEA. The brim is kind of short. Do I care enough to fix it? No. Not exactly what I had in mind, but I could do like some shading or something. Here, I'm gonna put like the little button on top, you know? Let's make it dark. Let's make this, oops, let's make this larger font. Let's do that. Let's do a little bit of shading. Put it above everything. Actually, I don't know that this panel needs shading, but I guess we'll do it anyway. Let's do that, and then over here. Okay. Let's do something like this. I don't really want to put too much shading on this character. Oh well. Because it doesn't really matter either way. I'm in too deep now. Okay. Let's merge all of this. Now I'm going to fix some of these colors. Then erase this. Oh no, I just make it white over here. And then on this side. Okay. All right, I like this panel. So these are the Yakuza panels. Yellow Cake Yakuza. This one, and then this one. Oh, I need to give him a band, don't I? Oh, shit. Totally forgot to do this. I'll have to put a different like shade of green above it. And then I'm going to copy this. Then flip it. 80%. Okay. Let's duplicate it. Flip it a little bit. Rotate it a little bit. There, and then duplicate one more time. Whoops. Okay, merge these, and then we need to put like a green filter over it. So let's duplicate that layer, actually. So this will be headband, get rid of the green. This will be the green one, and we'll just make it all some kind of green. Then I can just change the opacity so that it looks similar to the rest of the ball. So let's try 35%. That's 2 green. 15. That looks a little bit better. 10. Let's do 10. Merge those. I'll have to fix the sweat band, or the sweat sweat droplets. Okay. Do fix the shading. So 45%. Merge those, and then clean up the edges so everything's the right color. Okay. I'm gonna fill these in, and then maybe give them a little bit of a shine. This go a little bit lighter. Here and here. Okay, that looks good. All right, I'm going to save this. Pretty cool. Can someone tell you the story? Okay, so the story here, for Pollandball News, we're doing a segment on a sting operation that the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency conducted in Thailand. So there is a leader of the Yakuza was charged by the U.S. Justice Department, U.S. Southern District of Attorney, or sorry, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, the DEA, and the Justice Department all charged a Japanese Yakuza leader with attempting to sell uranium and weapons-grade plutonium to an undercover DEA agent in Thailand. Which is an absolutely wild headline. Oh, you're doing tongue twisters in chat? Let's see if I can do some of these. Ted had read on a red rad bed. Ted had read on a red rad bed. One of my comics. Which one? The Oh No is Stabbed? That's not one of my comics. The For to be homosexy must glitter. That's my comic. But Oh No is Stabbed is someone else's. Yeah, Oh No is Stabbed is Birthday of Indonesia by Feel Out. Okay. You know New York. You need New York. You know you need unique New York. Jesus. Fuzzy Wuzzy. Oh, okay. That's not a tongue twister. Oh wait, it is. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair, Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Fuzzy Wuzzy. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair, Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Fuzzy Wuzzy. That one's not too hard. I wish to wash my Irish wristwatch. I wish to wash my Irish wristwatch. Ugh. Irish wristwatch is... Yeah, that's a hard one. Near an ear, a near ear, a nearly eerie ear. Near a near ear, a near... Okay, yeah, that one got me. Willie's really weary. Willie's really weary. Willie's really weary. Tom threw Tim 3 thumbtacks. He threw 3 free throws. That's hard. He threw 3 free throws. He threw 3 free throws. 9 nice night nurses nursing nicely. 9 nice night nurses nursing nicely. That one's hard too. Those are difficult. Difficult. She sells seashells by the seashore. That's the classic one. Hold on, I want to look up the Ono stab. Is Birthings of Indonesia? Is that what it was called? I go to the Pollandball sub. A big black bear sat on a big black rug? That doesn't sound hard. How could a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? Jesus. Oh, the woodchuck one, yeah. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck, he would as much as he could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. The second half, I've never really heard before. The how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood, I have. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Interesting. What was I doing? Oh, I wanted to find that one comic. I'm not going to show it on stream. I just want to find it for myself. I would want the author's permission. Oh no, is that is birthday of Indonesia. Yeah, this is it. By Feel Out. Today is birthday. Congratulations. We have celebrate. Why does in other words be here? I don't know why. Oh no, his stab. Yeah, that's the original Oh no, his stab comic. That's a great line. Iconic. Truly iconic Pollandball English. A skunk sat on a stump and thunk the stump stunk, but the stump thunk the skunk stunk. A proper cup of coffee from a proper copper coffee pot. Sure, okay. Yeah. A proper cup of coffee from a proper copper coffee pot. She sees cheese, she sees cheese, she sees cheese. 6 sticky skeletons, 6 sticky skeletons, 6 sticky skeletons, 6 sticky skeletons. Not too bad. Mary married Larry in a dairy industry. According to Dear Mary's Dearly Diary. Pad Kid poured curd, pulled cod. I don't know about you, but oh. Pad Kid poured curd cod. Pad Kid poured curd, pulled cod. Crazy. All right, let me save this. Oh, I did. Okay. All right. Close this. Close this. All right, I think I'm going to call stream there for tonight. I should be able to stream tomorrow evening at around 5:30, 6 o'clock Eastern time in the US. Don't forget to like this video, this stream. We have 2 videos that will be coming out this week, so keep your eyes peeled. Share them with your friends, your family, your enemies and rivals, your dogs, your cats, everybody. We want to share our art with more people. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great week. See you then.